everyone, welcome back to another video, and thank you for joining me as we continue on with the rest of 6.3. So we're picking up where we left off with Myths of a Realm. We ended up doing the first blind run, and we are now getting ready to go on to part 2, where, believe it or not, these cute little animals are actually the gods who are going to be following us. So the quest is in heavenly company. Menfina is fairly bouncing up and down in her eagerness to set forth. Well, what are we waiting for? Let us seek out the marks at once. Yes, no need to be so hasty. Shall we then, Claire? The nearest mark is Thaliax, just outside of Mordona. If memory serves, it overlooks the lake at a place called Revfrost. This is so bizarre. We're actually in the company of gods. So, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that they're not primals, but they're definitely a lot more. I'm thinking that maybe they are actually a form of primal, but maybe they're more in the form of maybe like a dynamis kind of primal rather than an ether aspected primal. I mean, that would explain their current appearances and how people seem to be influenced by them. Or rather, how the people's beliefs seem to influence them, I guess is what I'm trying to say is. So that's kind of what I've been thinking, trying to figure all of this out. Alright, so here's the tree. I love that tree. It's like a crystalline tree with the mark of Thaliac on it. It's funny. This is indeed the place. Do you like traveling, Claire? I adore it, and not simply for its own sake. It's an important way to perform one of our foremost duties, you see, peering into the hearts of mortals. How do you guys do that? Now then, we're to hold out an instrument to the stone. Would you care to do the honors here, Claire? The instrument vibrates rapidly. "'Tis done. The information held in that stone has been etched. As Altic said, these stones are eternal. No matter their shape or location, their nature is unchanging. Together with the monument in the OMPHALOS, they have remained the same since time immemorial. 'Twas the love that men bear for us, and we for the star, that compelled us to create the monument and the stones. And though men do not know the truth of the stones, they offer them prayer. This act is a manifestation of your bond with us, while the stones are a manifestation of our bond with the star. And so, by praying to the stones, you effectively cultivate a bond between yourselves and us and the star. Delightful, is it not? I love these two already. Though we appreciate your eagerness to talk, perhaps we should save some conversation for the destinations to come. If we linger too long in any one place, we are liable to be late to reconverse with the others. Then let us make for the central highlands of COERTHAS. Within the Fury's gaze, my own mark awaits." So back to COERTHAS. I mean, I really don't mind that the gods are so talkative right now. I mean, it's not like anyone else is around watching us, so I say let them talk. I can't wait until we end up meeting the others. So, as of right now, we ended up meeting 9, I think. Yeah, so we have 9, which means that there's 3 more. So there's Thaliak, Lim Lane, and Oskon. Which means that the next couple heavens that we're going to go through for the final round of Myths of a Realm will be the heavens of wind and water. The problem is I can't figure out for the life of me what the final boss fight is going to be. Because before, we all thought it was just going to be like in groups of 4. And that's generally how it works with raids. You have at least 4 main bosses that you gotta fight. But since we ended up fighting against 5 of them here, that means that only 3 of the 4 boss battles that we're going to get for the final raid. So who's going to be the final one? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thaliak, and then we're going to be going up against Lim Lane and Oskon, but who's going to be the final one? I have no idea. That's what bugs me about the whole thing. There's nothing like taking to the road with agreeable company. Do you not agree? In this land where mankind's faith in me is strong, I cannot help but feel uplifted. There it is, the mark of the Fury. It wouldn't do to burden you constantly. I shall extract the information this time. Looking back, Halone, you've grown noticeably more imposing this past millennium. There are also more statues in the Heaven of Ice. Oh, but an idea occurs to me. Claire, this time I want you to share what you know about the worship of Halone. I dare say it will be interesting to hear what mankind thinks of her from your perspective. Oh boy, have you been to Ishgard? Okay, I often hear Halone's name invoked in battle, church is returning to its roofs, and Ishgard Orthodox Church is the heart of the faith and the fury. Yeah, so I think the church is returning to its roots and moves to separate itself from the states. I guess that's probably the best thing that we can say in the whole matter because, yeah, Ishgard takes things a bit too seriously. Ah, so the people's faith continues to evolve. You and yours are ever on the move, marching inexorably forward. 'Tis a quality I find admirable. Well, how very fascinating. 'Tis a fine thing indeed to hear directly from mortals. Still, as much as Halone loves her children, it troubled her to see them at war with the dragons, to see those who share this star spill each other's blood. As you should well know, Menfina, it isn't our place to judge the faith of mortals. Even when we lend them our aid, we must refrain from intervening in their affairs. Lest there be any doubt, mankind's faith in us is mankind's alone. By your prayers, our forms are become that which they need to be. Oh, so is this really like Dynamis? Apologies for the wait. Acquired the information, have you? Excellent! Let us proceed to the next mark. Mine! As I recall, it lies near the Steel Vigil, by the cliff west of the entrance. Follow me! Oh, I'm sorry, she's so cute. So yeah, I think this is really what that's about. Like, which they were just saying now, like how Halone has changed in the past millennium. She became a lot more imposing, which is really telling because it was the last 1,000 years when the Dragon Song War began. So, of course, the people of Ishgard's faith in Halone would undoubtedly grow a lot stronger. So I'm starting to think that maybe they really are like some kind of dynamis aspected primal or something. That's really the only way I can actually think of what they might be. They are about what mankind would see them as. That's really interesting. Oh, that's right. Steel Vigil, that's where Hoshifon's grave is. So I wonder if they're really going to touch upon that. I really hope so. It is good to be able to visit COERTHAS again. We really don't have too many reasons to do so anymore, do we? Well now, aren't we quick? My mark lies just ahead. Let's wait for the others and then continue together. Oh look! Someone's praying! How delightful to see one of my faithful children. Okay, I have no idea who this guy is. Oh, benevolent goddess, grant me deliverance, I beseech you. Save my soul. You're the one who was hunting down the lambs of Dalamud. Oh, there's a name I have not heard in a long time. I knew it. Knew you wouldn't stop till you dealt with every last one of us. And now you've come for me. Oh, to think that this is her will. The lambs of Dalamud. They are the cult that appeared prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, are they not? In the name of their faith, they abducted and sacrificed innocent souls, and did not fear death. I've committed no crimes. I swear it's Menfina as my witness. In the beginning, we simply prayed to the twin moons, for Dalamud to one day shepherd our souls to the bosom of his mistress. But it all changed when Dalamud began turning red. More and more of us began believing that he was our savior, that we must prove our loyalty with our lives ere we would suffer eternal damnation. Where'd you guys come up with that? So that's how your group took on its fanatical ways, and came to be branded a dangerous cult. At some point, I assume you were tasked with hunting them down. Oh boy, buddy, that was a long time ago. I used to be a merchant in Udal, but timid as I am, I struggled to survive in that cutthroat world. That's why I turned to Menfina. I wanted to bask in her gentle acceptance and gain courage from her strong and faithful hound. They were my solace, the only way I could be at peace with myself. But they took it from me, my fellows who committed those horrible deeds, and those who reviled me as one of them. They took it away. You're strong, aren't you? Grant me deliverance, I beg you. Judge me and show me the way. I just can't bear it anymore. What good is a god I can't see, who won't grant me a thimble of succor no matter how much I pray? '" '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... '... You mustn't seek in men what you seek in gods. Strong as she is but a mortal. Like you, she is made of flesh and blood and possessed of her own will. Nothing more, nothing less. It avails you not to raise others up while belittling yourself. You're your own person, with a path of your own to walk. Even should you be taken by despair, that you are here now makes you no different from this woman. So believe me when I say all will be well. Keep your faith in Menphina, believe in her love and grace, and you will surely learn to love others as well as yourself. Please forgive me for my unseemly outbursts. I had been feeling lost, and all my anguish came spilling out. It was Menphina herself who brought you here, I'm certain of it, to encourage and guide me. Taking your words to heart, I'll try searching for a new path. Should you feel lost again, take to the road. See what is out there. Learn how others live and think. And you are bound to find your way. Blessings be upon you on the road ahead, dear child. Did you say something? I really thought that she was going to appear there. I really did. That child will be fine. I'm certain of it. Your faith in us can harm as well as heal, but never forget that faith belongs to mankind and mankind alone. Unsolicited though it was, I don't regret saying those words to him. He needed to hear them. But come, Claire. This time it's your turn to extract the information. That was a very interesting cutscene, though, I gotta say. Instrument vibrates rapidly. Forgive me, Claire. I fear I've caused you trouble. I'm relieved to know that. You truly are strong, in body and spirit both. Far be it from me to ask this of you, but please do not hold it against that child. We do not wish for our existence to bring grief to our children. Yet, no matter which faith, we are who we are because of those who believe in us. My hound is no exception. He was born when men came to worship the object their ancestors cast into the heavens. We are not all-powerful. We can't grant all of mankind's wishes. Nonetheless, we always hear you. No hope is too small, no prayer too faint. I just wanted to make that clear, lest you forget, we love mankind dearly. Aww, I really love this series. It's not even done yet, but it's already grown to be my favorite so far. Among us 12, Menfina is the most approachable to mortal kind. It is one of her positive traits. Suffice to say, we love you too, Claire. Oh, I love her. Divine non-intervention. Something appears to weigh upon Deryk's mind. With this, we have completed our task and may return to the OMPHALOS. But I can't help but think about Cryo. Grahatias seemed to be worried about her, did he not? 'Twas as if something weighed on her mind. Though she's in the company of deities, I find myself worrying too. Well, whatever it is, there's only one way to find out. Yes, I suppose so. If there are no objections, let us seek out Cryo. She is headed to the Twelveswood with Nofika and Braygot, yes? They are presently too far away for us to sense, but we should be able to locate them once in the forest. I see. In that case, let us make for Gridania. I do know that they were planning on having Cryo play a more important role in future expansions, but I think we're starting to see a trace of that right here. I don't know. I just can't help but feel that maybe Cryo is going to be like a new job. That would be so cool. For all of his preferences for solitude, Deryk certainly seems concerned for the welfare of others. How very intriguing. As I understand it, mortals hold that Nofika and I are at odds. Like other details about us, you are free to believe what you wish. Well, it doesn't look like you two are mortal enemies. So here we are in Gridania. Can you sense Nofika and Braygot? I do, but something is strange. Indeed, they appear to be in different places. Nofika is the nearer of the two and is quite close by. I shall go and find her. Wait! You mustn't go off on your own! Ugh, confound it all. After her, Claire! Why? She's a god! Like, she can look after herself, I think. I mean, trust me on this. We fought her. We know how tough she is. She doesn't need us babysitting her. I mean, unless she and Nofika really are enemies and they're like bitter rivals and they actually start fighting out here in the middle of the city. My god, that would be awesome. Both Nofika and Haloni are very good to me. It is our way to look out for one another. I thank you not to do that again. Oh man, they're scolding goddesses. I love it. Oh, have you already finished visiting your stones? Yeah, what happened to you guys? Why are you all the way out here? There she is. Well now, I wasn't expecting to see you all here. Is aught the matter? You're supposed to be with Cryo and Braygot. Where are they? Oh, we became separated while I was distracted, listening to the elementals. The beings are the voice of those who call the wood home. As I am the patron of this land, they could not help but report to me. Oh yeah, there's her mark right there. You gods can sense each other, even should you become separated. Should it be a simple matter to find them again? Indeed, 'twould seem you are keeping something from us, Nofika. Oh, Halone, there is simply no fooling you. Very well, I shall confess all. The child Cryle wanted to visit our stones alone, you see, to complete her task without us watching over her. Why? We merely respected that wish. With her abilities, I do not believe she is in any danger, but the warrior that he is, Brygott decided to follow after her discreetly. If this is her wish, then indeed we must abide by it. As for Brygott, yes, I sense him in the place men call the South Shroud. One of the stones is situated there, I believe near Camp Tranquil. Let us search that area for Brygott. If we find him, we should find Cryle as well. Why would she not want to have the gods around? I mean, this is like a golden opportunity, like maybe even a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually speak with your guardian deities. Why would you ever pass that up? Like, I can imagine just all the questions that she could probably ask them, and why? What is going on with you, Cryle? I have a feeling that this has something to do with her wanting to do things more on her own, because she did mention something like that before. She wants to prove that she can take care of herself and like be more of an asset to the team. What brings you all here? We understand you've been following Cryle. Where is she? Having acquired information from my stone, she now makes for Altix. I keep my distance to avoid being seen and was about to continue on when you appeared. Altix Stone is her last destination, is it not? Let us all go and meet her there. If everyone so wishes, then very well. To hasten our passage, I shall call upon Master Ralgar's servants to bear the mortals. His servant... Oh, the eagles. Or falcons. Well, that's nice of him. I love how accommodating the gods are right here. They're just so friendly. It seems we have the use of these hawks. Let's see if we can spot Cryle from above. I will bring our companions, so you needn't worry about them. Are you ready, Claire? Yes, let's go! Go, my feathered friend. Fly like the wind. I must thank you, Claire. Talking to you helped me to find the resolve to seek out Cryle. No signs of her here. Let us continue on to Altix Stone. There she is already. She certainly wasted no time. Oh, I see her. Okay, Kryle, what's going on with you? Well now, did you come all this way just to check on me? I've been on edge, worrying that I might stumble into Odin, so you gave me a bit of a fright. Nofika tells us that you wish to travel alone. What prompted you to send the gods away? It's difficult to explain. I suppose I wanted to seek the answers in my own way. As the gods told us, if we wish to know the truth, we must discover it for ourselves. In spite of this, they've seen fit to not only set us upon the right path, but accompany us besides. This bespeaks the faith that they have in man's spirit of inquiry, and it gives me heart. After all, 'tis the selfsame spirit that defies the students of Baldessian. Like everyone, I want to uncover the truth of the 12, to know their aspirations and understand them. And having seen a dear friend embark on countless adventures, I developed the desire to see and experience the world for myself. There are dangers out there, of course, but I wanted to prove that I could handle them and perform my task. I see. Indeed, as much as we can learn from others, there is no substitute for seeing with one's own eyes. And in yours I see the gleam of yearning for exploration and discovery. It reveals to me the love you bear for our star. It makes me glad. He has to be Oscon. He has to be. What is this all of a sudden? It's embarrassing when you say such things with a straight face. Right then, I've yet to acquire the information here, so I'll tend to it at once. Perhaps you'd like to wait for me at the quarry mill? So, already we see the seeds of change in Kryle. She wants to be more active. She wants to be more involved and prove that she can do things on her own. In this land, those voices raised in praise for Nofika are especially strong. I think that's pretty obvious. Nofika and Braegard are also kind, are they not? Oh yeah, I love them. Let's wait for Kryle here. Nofika and Braegard are with her, so she will be fine. First the men at Menfina's mark, and now Kryle. In the course of traveling with you and yours, it seems I inevitably end up encroaching upon others' lives. Ook! 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 Aye, yours as well, though nothing binds you to me. You followed me ever since I tended your wound. You're free to go anywhere, you know. A person's life belongs to that person alone. Others can't be expected to assume responsibility for it, and thus it is wrong to interfere. Alas, once I've glimpsed someone's heart, I find I can't avert my gaze. It truly is difficult to be amidst people. And he has to be Oscon, he really does. Okay, next quest, The Secret of the 12. Ooh! Does this mean we're actually going to be learning something really big about them? It doesn't take too long to extract the information. Kryle should be here any moment now. Ah, speak of the devil. Apologies for the wait. With that, I've obtained information from all of my stones. You've taken care of yours already, yes? Thank you for worrying about me. Well, it's good to know that I can handle myself. I'm heartened to be doing this with you all. I owe you thanks as well, bright gods and Nofika, for accepting my request with good grace. Think not of it. You did well to see your task through, little one. Indeed. Come, come, let us all return to the OMPHALOS. So we're going to be heading back to Mordona, and we're going to complete the monuments, right? I don't know, like, there's something very odd here. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I'm missing something. Hopefully once we get the monuments complete and read everything that it has to say, it'll become clear. Though something tells me that it's just going to lead to a bunch of more questions until the final round of Myths of a Realm. That's usually how it works anyway. You took your time, Claire. Did something happen? Ah, so you rendezvous with Cryo. How was your experience with the gods, if I may ask? Not only did you help a disillusioned man find his way, you looked in on Cryo besides. Thank you, Claire, and you as well, Deryk. I fear I overstepped my bounds, but what's done is done. We shall return to our sanctums. You have our gratitude for the delightful time. By holding your instruments out to the monument, you will be able to augment the missing information. Be well, dear children. Shall we then? Oh wait, was that the Heavensward book? It was, wasn't it? It looked just like the Heavensward book that Graha's... Never mind. That's unimportant now. Amazing! What was impossible to decipher is now crystal clear. Without further ado, I shall read out the epigraph. As beings who endured by the will of the star, we are susceptible to the influence of hopes and prayers. Thus do we commit our yokes herein, lest we stray from our purpose. He who is named Brigod shall preside over construction, his duty to fortify the works of men and encourage them to build. He who is named Ralgar shall preside over destruction, his duty to galvanize the stars' beating hearts and facilitate mankind's regeneration. She who is named Azima shall preside over the sun, her duty to nurture its life-giving light and illuminate the truth for all to see. He who is named Nalthal shall preside over the subterrane, his duty to make glean the riches hidden in the darkest depths, and in men themselves. She who is named Nofika shall preside over fertility, her duty to fill the land with life and prepare a path of peace and plenty. He who is named Alphic shall preside over space and time, his duty to ensoul the star with material vigor, that mankind's march may never cease. She who is named Talone shall preside over the glaciers, her duty to hold the melting ice at bay and imbue men with constancy and tranquility. She who is named Menfina shall preside over the moon, her duty to perpetuate the turning of night and day and foster love in the hearts of all. He who is named Thaliac shall preside over the rivers, his duty to quench the thirst of men and water their minds with wisdom. She who is named Nimia shall preside over the stars, her duty to preserve the celestial fabric of the seasons and weave the threads of men's lives. She who is named Elim Lane shall preside over the seas, her duty to administer the tides and inspire men to come together as one and seek new horizons. He who is named Oskon shall preside over the mountains, his duty to sustain the breath of the firmament, and in wandering share in men's solitude. He who is unnamed shall watch unflinchingly, his duty to stand guard over his charge, always and unto the end. So there's a 13th god. There the epigraph concludes. We've been given quite a lot to ponder. Yeah, definitely. Who's the 13th god? I mean, I'm not really surprised that there's 13 of them actually, but who's the 13th? Our yokes, lest we stray. Curiouser and curiouser. Writings about the gods, written by the gods themselves. This is utterly unprecedented. I'm sorry, I love Graha's outfit. He looks really good in it. Hopes and prayers influencing their nature. Have you any thoughts on the contents of the epigraph, Claire? Oh, the worship of Dalamud brought forth Benfina's hound. You mean to say that prayers have changed the 12 into their present forms? That is rather hard to believe. Given what we now know of Dynamis, I believe it is entirely possible. In the presence of that energy, hopes and prayers may have more tangible results than one might expect. Its power may be curbed upon our star, but over thousands of years of worship, it could have influenced the gods in various ways. Ways such as that which Claire just described, for one. Others that come to mind are Halone's shield and spear, which reflect her status as a goddess of war, and Nimia's spinning wheel, which is an added apparatus for a goddess of fate. So, am I right? Like it's some kind of Dynamis aspected primal? Thus did they create this monument, this yoke, that they might never lose sight of their duty, no matter how much they may change. I'm inclined to agree with Raha. The gods wrote that they endure by the will of the star. Who that refers to, we all know too well. Hydaelyn. By sundering reality, she must have known that she would shake the very foundation of existence. Anticipating the potential chaos, I suspect she charged her collaborators with maintaining stability. Ah, that makes sense. If this is true, then might not the 13th unnamed being be the Watcher on the Moon? Oh! That would make sense. The piece has certainly fallen into place. I wonder if he would be willing to share what he knows. I'll go and ask. I'll be happy to go and ask. As it stands, we've yet to encounter 3 gods. There's no telling what may happen once we've fought them all. I believe we should try to uncover as much of the truth as we can, the better to know how to proceed. To that end, ere we seek out the Watcher, Raha and I shall return to Sharlayan to compile our findings, the data from the analyzer not least of all. To think that the investigation might lead us to the moon, I eagerly look forward to the next stage of our fieldwork. I like her. She's so bright and energetic to have around. Claire, like as not, yet more grueling encounters with the gods await. You should rest up and gather your strength. No, I want to go now. Not long now, we arrive at the truth. For the longest time, I've journeyed alone, not involving myself in the affairs of others. But I've enjoyed our time together. You've undertaken the investigation with all eagerness, and it has been a pleasure to be a part of it. When I imagine the moment we must part ways, I can't help but be saddened, and it surprises me that I feel that way. Forgive me, I didn't mean to wax sentimental. If you'll excuse me, I shall head outside for some fresh air. Aren't we already outside, though? I'm just asking. There he goes again. Claire, do you suppose you could follow after him? I can't quite say why, but I feel as though he'll suddenly vanish one day, never to return. Oh, no. Why'd you have to go and say that? You know, I can't help but wonder why Deryk came to us for help. As an explorer, didn't he want to keep the glory of discovery for himself? I, for one, would have gone over the Phantom Realm with a fine-tooth comb alone before thinking to tell a single soul. Well, I don't think he's really mortal, that's the thing. I do believe that he's Oskon, the Wanderer. It makes sense, at the very least. It looks like we're wrapping up. I don't want to. This is so good. Really outdid themselves with this story. I really am enjoying it. I can't wait to see the ending. As well as see the other 3 gods. I want to know what they look like. Where is he? There he is. Hey there, I know you missed me. Oh, 'tis you, Claire. What is it? Snowglim's worried that I'll suddenly vanish, you say. Well, as the saying goes, all things must come to an end, whether we will it or no. When our work is finished, we must go our separate ways. Doing so will sadden me, as you know. Yet that sadness is part of the joy I have derived from our companionship. So I will accept it when the time comes and strive with you to the last. Ook! He's so serious all the time, he really should learn to lighten up. As you know, my friend, I would rather you live your own life. If I haven't helped you, I won't send you away against your will. Well, you are a busy woman, so I won't keep you. As before, rest assured I will share with you any findings I receive from Cryle. Take care, my friend, and see you again in due course. Aww. It's over. No, I don't want it to be over. Now we're gonna have to wait like another 8 months before we find out how it ends. Oh, come now, you really needn't worry about me. I meant it when I said that I would strive with you to the last. So it goes on. Tend to your own duties, and let us meet again when the investigation resumes. Well, I guess that's it for right now. Definitely a lot to think about, but as fascinating as it was also really entertaining. Those cutscenes were really good, and they're really pulling out all the stops for this particular story, you can tell. And I'm loving it so far. But anyway, everyone, I think that's going to be it for now. Thank you all for joining me as we continue on with our quest throughout 6.3. Gods revel, lands tremble. So until next time, everyone, take care.